Tired of wrestling with tangled cords just to chop an onion, but worried that a cordless chopper won't have enough power to get the job done? I was too, until I put the top models to the test to find the ultimate kitchen sidekick. We're going to count down the top 7 cordless choppers available right now, revealing which ones are worth your hard-earned money and which ones you should definitely avoid. Stick around until the end, because our number 1 pick completely shattered our expectations and redefined what a battery-powered kitchen tool can actually do. 7. Wynboop FP00. Out of the box, it features a very small 250ml capacity and a lightweight build that certainly makes it easy to store in any drawer. However, that lightweight nature translates to an incredibly cheap feel, and the plastic bowl lacks the heft you want in a kitchen tool, immediately raising questions about its long-term durability. The promised convenience of this device heavily relies on its standard USB charging cable, which seems like a great idea at first glance. Unfortunately, the charging port cover is flimsy and difficult to secure, and the battery takes hours to reach a full charge, only to deplete surprisingly fast after just a few short uses. When testing it on softer foods, like tossing in a few cloves of garlic or some fresh basil, the motor spins to life with a noticeable, high-pitched whine. It manages to mince these softer ingredients adequately, though the blade design means you often have to stop and scrape the sides down multiple times to get an even cut across the board. The real disappointment hits when you try to chop anything denser or more substantial. Dropping in a handful of almonds or roughly chopped carrots causes the motor to audibly struggle, stall out completely, and occasionally shut down entirely due to overheating. Cleaning the device proves to be another headache, as food particles easily get trapped in the small, unsealed crevices of the blade assembly. Ultimately, this model feels much more like a novelty item than a serious kitchen appliance struggling to handle the daily, rigorous demands of actual home cooking. 6. KitchekShop S-02. Moving on to number 6, we have the KitchekShop S-02, which offers a slightly larger capacity that promises to handle moderately bigger batch jobs. While the design looks a bit more modern sitting on your countertop, picking it up reveals a similar lightweight, budget-tier plastic construction that does not inspire much confidence during heavy use. The operation relies on a single top-mounted button, aiming for absolute simplicity for the user. Unfortunately, the button requires an awkward amount of downward pressure to engage the motor, and the internal spring mechanism feels like it could easily snap if pressed too enthusiastically during a rushed dinner prep. In our practical chopping tests, this model showed a frustrating tendency to heavily mash ingredients rather than executing clean, sharp cuts. When attempting to make a fresh pico di gallo, the onions and tomatoes were quickly reduced to a watery pulp instead of the distinct, crisp pieces you need for a good salsa. Battery life is another significant area where this device falls painfully short of its marketing claims. While it performs reasonably well completely fresh off the charger, we noticed a steep drop in motor torque and overall battery capacity holding power after only 2 weeks of moderate daily testing. Furthermore, the safety locking mechanism on the lid is incredibly finicky, requiring an exact, precise alignment that is frustratingly hard to achieve when your hands are wet or greasy. It is a machine that demands more patience to assemble and operate than it ultimately rewards you with in culinary results. 5. Vroyuir KN-02. With the Vroyuir KN-02 coming in at number 5, we finally start to see a welcome shift toward much better overall quality and everyday usability. The very first thing you will notice is the significantly sturdier construction, featuring a thicker, food-grade bowl that feels far more robust and capable of withstanding the inevitable bumps and drops in a busy kitchen environment. One of the standout features of this model is its surprisingly capable internal motor, which operates with a much smoother, quieter hum than the previous budget entries on this list. It feels genuinely well engineered, transferring continuous power to the blades efficiently without shaking violently or walking across your cutting board during use. Performance takes a highly noticeable leap forward here, especially when dealing with aromatic bases for complex soups and stews. It handled thick chunks of ginger, fibrous celery, and whole onions with impressive ease, producing a highly uniform dice that guarantees your ingredients will cook evenly in the pan. The transition to a modern USB-C charging port is a massive quality of life improvement, allowing for faster, more reliable top-ups using the standard cables you already have lying around your home. The battery also holds its charge exceptionally well, easily lasting through several consecutive days of heavy meal prep without ever needing to be plugged in. Routine maintenance is incredibly straightforward with this model, thanks to a completely sealed motor housing that actively prevents food liquids from seeping into the sensitive electrical components. The stainless steel blades rinse clean under the faucet in seconds, making this a highly reliable and sanitary option for everyday chopping tasks. 4. Hamilton Beach 72880 Food Processor. Stepping right into the realm of established, trusted appliances, and number 4, the Hamilton Beach 72880 bridges the gap between a standard mini chopper and a full-scale food processor. Its much larger 3-cup capacity is a massive upgrade, allowing you to easily prepare family-sized portions of fresh salsa or homemade hummus in a single, convenient batch. What really sets this specific model apart from the competition is the brand's signature stack and snap design architecture. There is absolutely no frustrating twisting, turning, or locking required to assemble the bowl and lid. Everything simply drops into place intuitively, saving you valuable time and hassle during your food prep. When it comes to raw processing power, this machine absolutely does not mess around or back down from a challenge. We loaded it to the very brim with rough chopped root vegetables and heavy blocks of sharp cheddar cheese, and it powered through the entire heavy load flawlessly without a single stutter or sign of motor fatigue. The brilliant addition of an easy-to-read LED battery indicator light completely eliminates the annoying guesswork usually associated with cordless appliances. You always know exactly how much power you have left in the tank, and the high-capacity battery provides an incredibly long runtime that genuinely surprised us during our rigorous testing phase. Best of all, every single removable component on this machine is thoroughly dishwasher safe, which is a massive win for busy home cooks who hate washing up. It delivers phenomenal power, exceptional daily convenience, and completely effortless cleanup, making it a stellar mid-range investment for absolutely any kitchen. 3. KitchenAid KFCR500PL. Breaking directly into the top 3, we have the KitchenAid 5-cup Cordless Food Chopper, a device that absolutely screams premium quality from the very moment you take it out of the box. Its sleek, retro modern aesthetic looks absolutely stunning sitting out on the counter, and the substantial physical weight perfectly indicates the heavy-duty internal components hidden inside. This chopper is an absolute beast when it comes to kitchen versatility, largely due to its exceptional, razor-sharp, multi-purpose stainless steel blade. We successfully used it to grind fresh cuts of chuck roast into custom burger patties, achieving a perfect, butcher-quality texture that you just cannot get from standard pre-packaged grocery store meats. But what truly blew us away during our evaluation was the inclusion of a specialized whisking accessory that easily swaps out with the standard chopping blade. In our tests, it effortlessly whipped a cup of heavy cream into stiff, perfect peaks in less than 60 seconds, totally untethered from a wall outlet and completely hands-free. The variable speed trigger design is an absolute game changer for achieving culinary precision, giving you natural, pressure-sensitive control over the blade's rotation speed. You can seamlessly feather the speed to rough chop delicate leafy herbs, or pull the trigger all the way back to instantly puree smooth, perfectly blended baby foods. Powered by a formidable 12-volt max lithium-ion battery, it consistently delivers smooth, fade-free power from the first quick pulse to the very last. It charges back up to full capacity incredibly fast, easily cementing its well-deserved status as an elite, professional-grade tool for serious home chefs who demand the best. 2. KitchenAid KTCR351BM. Securing the highly coveted runner-up position is another masterful design from the exact same premium brand, the KitchenAid top-down cordless chopper. This specific model completely reimagines the traditional user experience with a highly innovative ergonomic profile that fundamentally changes how you physically interact with your ingredients. Instead of searching around for standard buttons or pulling triggers, the entire top lid functions as the main activation mechanism. You simply press your hand down on the top of the machine to instantly start chopping. This incredibly intuitive design allows for effortless, true one-handed operation, which is invaluable when your other hand is busy grabbing or adding new ingredients. The sheer precision of the cut provided by this model is nothing short of spectacular, easily tackling complex recipes like an authentic chimichurri or a chunky, rustic guacamole. It cleanly slices through waxy chili skins, tough garlic cloves, and fragile cilantro leaves all at once, ensuring every single ingredient perfectly retains its distinct, crisp texture. The work bowl itself is a sheer masterclass in functional appliance design, featuring a perfectly shaped pour spout and a highly comfortable side handle. We found this incredibly useful for emulsifying complex salad dressings and smoothly pouring them directly over delicate greens without spilling a single drop on the kitchen counter. Finished in a gorgeous, sophisticated matte black that stubbornly resists greasy fingerprints and messy smudges, it effortlessly maintains its pristine appearance even during the messiest cooking sessions. The internal motor operates with a highly refined hushed efficiency, definitively proving that immense chopping power does not have to come with deafening, unpleasant noise. 1. Cuisinart CUIRMC100C. Taking the crown as the ultimate champion of all our tests is the spectacular Cuisinart Evolution X Cordless Rechargeable Chopper. This magnificent appliance does not just compete with other battery-operated models, it completely obliterates the established line between corded and cordless performance, offering uncompromised absolute power. The secret to its absolute dominance in the kitchen is a massive 7.4-volt lithium-ion battery system that consistently delivers raw, sustained torque easily capable of rivaling full-sized, plugged-in food processors. When you activate this machine, you can physically feel the sheer rotational force generated by the commercial-grade motor humming in your hands. We subjected this specific chopper to our most brutal, unforgiving stress tests, filling the large 4-cup work bowl to the absolute maximum with whole roasted almonds, massive chunks of hard parmesan, and dense, fibrous ginger root. It completely pulverized every single obstacle instantly, transforming rock-hard ingredients into fine dust without even a hint of hesitation. The true stroke of engineering genius here is the exclusive auto-reversing smart blade technology, an incredibly rare and valuable feature in the cordless market. It utilizes a razor-sharp edge for delicate, precise chopping and pureeing, and automatically switches to a blunt edge for aggressively crushing and grinding tough spices, effectively giving you two distinct appliances within one single footprint. Featuring a highly visible, bright LED display to perfectly monitor your remaining battery life, a flawlessly sealed work bowl that completely prevents messy liquid leaks, and an unmatched runtime easily capable of powering through massive holiday meal preps, the Evolution X is virtually flawless. It is the absolute best cordless chopper on the market today, unequivocally deserving of the #1 spot on our list.